And here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. If you haven't subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate you. Your support is absolutely crucial to us. Okay, if you read the title, mental health and sports, YouTube. Let's talk about it. Now, I know for a start that a lot of you will not be looking at this video because it isn't talking about one of your favorite fighters, but I probably will be talking about your favorite fighters because it all matters. First of all, I want to say thank you to Miles Kobet, the author of the book, I think it's Heavyweight Champion, which is available on Amazon. So, yes, I did get your email and I had a look around. Impressed. Thank you very much. Didn't realize. I thought you were a young man, meaning like 2021. That you're a mature, seasoned campaigner and an author as well. So great. I would love to have you on the show um, and talk about your book about heavyweight boxing. It would be great to pick your mind and to talk about the wonderful stuff that you've written about. So um, you're welcome on the channel anytime. So the topic is mental health. Again, a topic that across the YouTube galaxy, we have these campaigners, these people that when you talk about mental health, and particularly when we talk about mental health in association with a particular public figure, these people on YouTube come out and they become campaigners for mental health. There's nothing wrong with campaign for mental health. I myself, in the past, many years ago, suffered with something called chronic fatigue syndrome, and I've talked about it many times before. This is an issue which can cause depression, can cause despair. It is something that's not physical in the sense that people cannot see. It's more internal, and people from the outside, because you don't have a broken arm or a broken leg, they perceive you to be, because you're tired, because you're forgetful. They tend to see you as lazy, tend to see you as, I'll just go out and get some sun. And they don't quite understand what's really going on inside. They don't quite understand why you're feeling so tired, why you're so lethargic, why the will to live is so difficult, and why sometimes you feel that life could be ended and you could do different things. This is a real talk conversation today, and it's one that I feel inspired to talk about because I don't know how much longer I've got in this position to be doing what I'm doing. I'll tell you a very quick story today. I went into a school and I was in the school, never been to the school before, and some young boys and girls came up to me and said to me, I've seen you before. I said, where? I've never been to the school before. I've seen you on YouTube. You're the one that coaches all that cricket. Was the reaction on my face. I did not know what to say. I didn't know what to say. But I will tell you this much, that it was sport and coaching sport and being around good people and being in a good environment and being around people that cared and wanted to see my success. That is what helped me overcome chronic fatigue syndrome. No drugs. There's a lot of experts in the world who's never suffered from it, but they are great to advise you as to what to do and how to go about it. But they've never suffered it for themselves. So I'm telling you firsthand how I overcame the illness. And when the doctor said to me, the only way you would get over this illness was for me to take antidepressant tablets, wasn't happening. I didn't do it. Doctor told me that I would have to use tablets for the rest of my life, or I wouldn't live a normal life, according to the doctors. Well, after those comments, yeah, a year later, I'm celebrated on Sky for opening up academy, having 3 academies across the southeast, and being marked down or nominated as a national community champion, seen by 8.5 million homes, and a documentary done on me by, I think, either Channel 4 or by the BBC. I can't remember who came to film it. But anyway, the point is this: there is always light out there. It's just a matter of being able to sometimes either position yourself or to understand where you are and who you're around may not be doing you any favors. Which goes into my point by saying, you're asking yourself, well, how is this connected to boxing? How is this connected to mental health? And how is this connected to sports? Well, I'm going to wrap it all up for you. We've got a lot of campaigners. I call them fake campaigners all across the YouTube galaxy. I talk about mental health and in connection to Tyson Fury. Oh, we've got to give Tyson a chance to come back. And, he suffered from mental health. Tyson is one of many people in the world that have suffered from mental health. And Tyson has been suffering from it for years. The whole thing of his depression. I remember way back when he was talking about suffering from it way back from the Kevin Johnson fight. I'm sure it was far before that. Many extroverts, people who are involved within the entertainment industry, people who are involved, you think have got the most brightest characters in the world, people who've got great personalities, suffer in silence. They give their all to people, but deep down behind closed doors, they're suffering and they're hurting bad. And I want to talk very seriously about the YouTube community, because this is something that has been a topic that has not been addressed by our YouTube community. Hello, Danny. I'm not being addressed by our YouTube community, but I am asking for everyone across the YouTube community to say no, to actually stop and say no. To say no. I'm not having it no more. And I'm going to talk about trolls. I'm going to talk about hate mail. I'm going to talk about troll campaigns. And I'm going to talk about mental health. I want to talk to you about the story of a YouTuber. I soon will not be in that position, but the story of a YouTuber. Okay, you start off your YouTube channel. Maybe you see other people, you're inspired. You want to give it a go yourself. So you're sitting down, you're waiting to see how many people like a video, how many people are going to watch a video. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 30, maybe it's 40, maybe it's 50, maybe you get 100 people. And then you get a few likes. That builds your confidence up. Then you might get a dislike here or there. That's fine. Then you go out, you get ambitious, you start to film. Okay, you start to go out and film different places. You might not have the best equipment in the world, but you got to start filming. You start to build a tribe, a group of people like, that see what you do and like what you do. But with that, you get people that hate as well. You start doing things regularly. You start providing, because you start seeing these people across the YouTube galaxy actually as virtual friends and family. They're people that you talk to, probably talk to more than you actually talk to your members of family, your household. It's true. This can happen. I have spent in the past a lot more time on YouTube. I'm spending time at the moment because I'm sort of wrapping things up in one sense on YouTube. But and I'll talk about that another time. But what I'm saying is that you start to go out filming. You start to go filming. Let me give you the story. Let me give you a story about a YouTuber that's in the boxing community. That would be good for you all to listen to what really goes on. Boxing and football helped me greatly, but it's a struggle every day. Mikey will talk about it today. I'm not really a hater or troll, but Shannon Briggs is an absolute nutter in a good way. I'm also a fan. Great stuff. I really want to. Please forgive me today if I don't address your comments straight away on this. I really want to get this out today, and then I will promise I will address every topic, and every topic that you mentioned up here in terms of mental health. I will answer questions, and I will give tips as well. So yeah. This channel has come a long way since those dodgy curtains. Listen, it's all growth. It's all growth. It's all growth. But you know what? This channel's come a long way. This wasn't the original channel. This was a channel inspired by my Twitter friends. That's what was started by. Long live the curtains. Dodgy curtains. Oh dear. But anyway, so back to my point. So let's talk about the boxing community. All right, let's talk some real stuff. Oh yeah, I was talking about the kids, right? I went into the school before. Let me go back to that story. I went into the school today, and I was doing a coaching session. It was a free taster session. I've never been to this school before, so I went into this school, started the coaching session, and they said, "You, I know you. You're on YouTube. You're that guy on YouTube." Was my reaction. Yeah, You do cricket, don't you? Now, bear in mind, this is new. This is something I haven't really been involved within the sport of cricket for a long time. So it was just a taster sessions, free sessions. So I'm not getting paid for it all. It's just me going in and volunteering for this situation. So anyway, it's just to help out. So I've gone in, and they're like, "Yeah, you're on YouTube, and my parents watch you as well." Now, let me explain something to you. These are kids aged between 6 and 9 years old. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. And they're telling me that. I'm thinking, well, it's probably just some other black dude they've seen on YouTube. But when they said cricket and they actually explained what was going on in the video they saw, I went, and the kids will look at me and look up to you, and they want you to respond. So how do you respond? What do you say to them? Oh, no, it wasn't me. And lie. You tell them the truth. So I said, maybe, yeah, maybe I've done a couple of videos. So it's just a responsibility that you have, and it just honed right back to me why I started this in the first place, and why I feel it's important to talk about this message today. So I'm going to get this all out today. The reason why I started YouTube back in 2009, it's a bit, I'm not scripted, I'm all over the place, but I'm going to bring it all together in. The reason why I started YouTube back in 2009 was I used to blog. I used to blog heavily. I used to do a lot of writing, and I felt writing was a way for me to express what I was thinking. And I seemed to like the sport of boxing, and I used to box myself. And I thought, you know what, I want to write about it. So I started writing. The first fight I actually commented on was against Nathan Cleverly versus um, Tony Bellew, the first fight. That was my first video, and it was also Bernard Hopkins against um, Chad Dawson. It was my first fight. The first fight I'd commented, like I did a video on, but I was inspired by other guys, people like Guard Your Grill Boxing, the original Guard Your Grill Boxing group, Leave It in the Ring Boxing, Body Bangers or Body Bangers. It was him. He was great. There was a guy. He was a legend. The Big Ragu. What a legend the Big Ragu was. So I'm going back in time now. These were guys that inspired me, and I was inspired because they were speaking stuff, and I could hear what they were saying, and I liked what they were saying. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start doing it myself. And it ended up being a great relief because I had so many thoughts and so many things to talk about. I just want to express it. So that's why I got into YouTube, basically as a relief. I had lots of thoughts, and I got fed up of writing, typing. So, I said, you know what? Forget the typing. I'm just going to do videos. So from the videos, we ended up doing the first YouTube, the first live Google Hangout. We were the first. It was myself and a guy called James Hernandez. And we did this back, the first ever. And then after that, it ended up being with, then afterwards, the Boxing Voice joined us afterwards. So it was us first. It was called the Boxing Hangout. You can go back and check it out. Go and Google the Boxing Hangout and check the date. The Boxing Hangout was me and James Hernandez back in the day. Oh my God. I'm going to have to go back and somehow tag those videos. I can't even get into the account anymore. So I have to go and ask YouTube about it. But myself and James Hernandez, and there was another guy from up north when James left because he couldn't commit to it anymore. There's a guy up north, and again, he couldn't commit to it afterwards, but I carried on nonetheless. And I was doing that when I was in Grenada. So I carried it on. Now, the mental health thing. So when you start as a YouTuber, you look at these guys. I'll tell you how it starts. Sometimes it starts like this. You see a guy on the channel, you like what you're doing, and you want to do it yourself. You want to talk to the big names. You want to get your channel out there. You think it's great. You think it's fun. You think you could do a better job. In fact, you get people who comment within the comment section and say, oh, you could do a better job than A, or you could do a better job than B, or why don't you give it a crack? You'd be good at it. And as you do, you get your phone out and you head off to and get yourself involved. You maybe get a website up. You might get a Facebook page up. And then you get to these events, and then you start filming away. And then you spend all this time at these press conferences. And, you may get some likes here and there. You get some views. Some people crack it. They do well. They get the videos. They get lots of likes. They get lots of views and so on and so forth. And they do well with it. And Kudos to them for doing that. But it's not as straightforward as that. And even more so now with YouTube with all its regulations. And we'll talk about that in a minute as well, because that's quite funny as well. But when you go back and you look, so you're starting off on this channel, it's helping you getting a bit of confidence, it's building your confidence up. And then you go, you start talking, you start building a tribe. You start building people, you start uploading videos. You really then start to get real passionate about it. You will really get into it. It becomes something that's very important to you. It becomes a part of your life. You're like, and then after a while, you start getting people making negative comments on your channel, putting thumbs down. You're shit. You're crap. You're talking crap. You are useless. You're this. You're that. For people who, when you look at them, they're faceless. They're nameless. They're cowards. And more to the point, when you look at what they've done, they have no subscribers. They have no real name, and have done nothing. But they somehow feel that they've got the power to tell you what's what and how to do your job. Now, check this out. What you don't see, the commenter, is the damage that does to a YouTuber. Now, I've seen many a good YouTube channel, very good YouTube channel, speaks the truth, goes out and does the filming, edits, gets fantastic videos out there, fall apart because of these trolls, these comments. People say, get over it. It's only a troll. Why does it matter? And it does matter, and it does hurt. These comments that people leave, these thoughtless comments that people leave, it cuts home hard. Me, doesn't bother me now, but it cuts home hard because there are many YouTubers, good YouTubers that I've seen quit from stupid comments, quit from trolls. And these trolls are the sort of people that cause people to have long-term depression, cause people to want to commit suicide and end their life. Very nasty individuals. Some of these trolls are paid. Understand this. And it's a horrible thing. Mental health, when you sit down and you watch somebody openly insult, whether it be racist, whether it be bigoted, when you sit down in a room and you listen to a chat, it could be your favorite host. It could be somebody that, you tune into every week that, you find helpful. It might be the thing, that person that inspires you to want to do great things. You might just like listening to them. And you sit back and you watch a troll and you allow a troll to dominate a conversation. And you see this troll week in, week out, going from one channel to another, and you don't call them out on it. You're just as bad. When you listen, when you say that you're a supporter of a channel, and you on that channel all the time, and you're not hitting the subscribe button, I'm not trying to make people feel guilty here. I'm just making you understand something. When you say that you're a supporter of a channel and you're not subscribing to a channel, and to me, as much as I say, yeah, we want your subscription and stuff, when you see where we're going as a channel, and when we started off, we really were an online TV station anyway. That doesn't really matter as much. It does matter, but it doesn't matter. Because what I'm trying to say is to the people that are on here trying to make a living and all the rest of it. That hurts. That cuts deep. People are trying to make a living, trying to do something themselves, trying to make something of themselves. And you're not supporting them. And what makes it worse, you'll sit there, you'll go on one channel and you'll watch that channel, and then you'll go on another person's channel and you'll see a person on another channel slagging off another person on another channel. And then you want to come on a person that's talking truth, you want to come on their channel and then tell them about, oh, I've become a mental health campaigner. Oh, we've got to give Tyson Fury all the time he needs to recover because he suffers from mental health. But wait, you're campaigning for that, but you're not campaigning for mental health to the person that is next to you, your friend, your buddy, the person that you go and tune into every week on YouTube. That doesn't make any sense. You'll sit there and you'll watch a trolling room troll away, and you think that's acceptable. Can't be. You find it acceptable. This stuff about social media and people getting blocked on social media, there's a reason why that is. Do you understand the impact of when you troll somebody? Or is it something that you want to do, that you want to cause mental person to have mental illness, for them to get depressed, to want to commit suicide? Because you're not on the other end of the other end of the camera. What's going on afterwards? You've got no idea. You've got no clue. That person spends hours and hours from going to the venue to coming, leaving the venue. First of all, you're going to the venue as do a press conference, right? You go to a press conference. Let me teach you. Let me break it down. You go to a press conference. You don't particularly know. You don't know, and you have to deal with lacking confidence. You have to get over that confidence thing and go there and then do the filming, and you got to stand in line, and you've got all the big people there, all the big names filming away, and then you may be snubbed. They may not want to talk to you, so you've got to get over all of that. And then you've got the promote you've got to deal with as well. They may be a bit of a jackass as well. You've got to deal with that as well. Then you've got to deal with the fighters. The fighters may not want to give you the time that you want. That's understandable. You've got to come through all those things, and then you've got to bring it home. You've got it home. You've brought it home. You've edited it. You've uploaded it, and then bang! Within 10 minutes of uploading, you got a thumbs down button. You know how that impacts. You know how that impacts a person. But it's not just that. It's when you leave the comments. It's when you leave the comments, and they're comments that are hurtful and spiteful and nasty. All those things lead up to issues within the mental health. It's what you're doing. It's abusive mentally. Okay. And you're not aware of it. And hey, this is not a popular topic. It's not a popular topic. But I don't care. I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to talk about things and educate and say, listen, let's stop it. Let's put an end to these trolls. Let's shut it down. See, when you see me on my channel, how I deal with them, I let them know exactly how I feel, and then I shut them off the channel afterwards. So I don't keep it in. I don't let those comments get in and take it in. I block them off the channel, and I go one step further. I don't just block them off the channel. I'm letting you know. I go and block the channel, then I go across to their page and I block them there as well, because it's just not on, not acceptable. You're not caring about what you're saying to me. So why should I care? And you're abusing me when I'm not abusing. You're abusing me. You abuse me because I've got an opinion. You abuse me because I'm doing something you can't do or you don't want to do. No. Sorry, not doing that. So you get blocked straight up. Come on the channel, or you talk blocked straight. There's not a discussion to be had, because you don't discuss with an abuser. There's no discussion with an abuser. It's block. Do you know what I mean? You see them over on Twitter as well, getting blocked. They abuse somebody. Oh, it's a bit of fun. Was it a bit of fun, really? Not if it's been 20, 30 people getting on the case. And it's abusive. It's abusive. Very abusive. You don't know the true situation about something. You're calling somebody either a coward, or you're calling them a cheater, a drug cheater, this or that or the other, with you and you don't know the truth about it. You've not really examined the situation. So it's very dangerous when you start saying these things and make these comments. He's a ducker, he's a cheater, he's a this, he's a that. And all these things are in the mind, and they do cause effect. It's not good. There is cause and effect for what you do. So nobody can say that I haven't spoken about this topic. Nobody can say to me, oh, you know what, you never mentioned about mental health. Nobody can say that. Let me tell you something. There are people within this industry that are some of the most abusive people you're going to come across. Most abusive people. Abusive in the way they talk to people, in the way they operate, the way they handle people. Me, I keep my distance. I know who my friends are, and the rest I keep to one side. And I just tell anybody that's out there at the moment that's suffering with mental health, who's suffering from depression, get yourself as close to some light as possible. It is better to be by yourself than to be around people who've got nothing positive to say about you. Get out, change your circle. meet new people. The greatest thing to help you overcome that illness is love. That is the greatest thing. I'm telling you now, it's love. I'm telling you, I'm a living example of overcoming chronic fatigue syndrome. I'm a living example of someone who's overcome something, a situation where 7 years of it, boxing with it. My trainer was the same trainer as Barry Jones of Box Nation, and he was an abusive trainer, a real abusive trainer, very abusive. You know, some people believe that in boxing, trainers need to be abusive to get the best out of the fighter. I don't think that was it. I don't think that's any good. You're worth, you're crap, you're scum, you're this. No, that's not good. How is that motivating a fighter? Oh, if I knock him and I disrespect him, then I'm gonna make him into be a better fighter. No, fighters more willing to listen to you if you respect him. And a lot of gyms you'll go across and you'll hear that. I would never advise any fighter to have anything to do that. Walk the other way. And the other thing is, you've got to remember, let's talk from the celebrity perspective. Fighters, boxers, sports stars, these people, they're in the limelight, they're adrenaline, they're boosted by the adrenaline. All their careers, they'll be on adrenaline, they're training, they're fighting, they're running, they're batting, they're bowling, they're known for that for X amount of years in their life. And then they get older, and then suddenly they stop. They're no longer in the limelight. They're yesterday's fashion. They're not today's fashion. They no longer can operate at the level they used to. It's a come down mentally. They can't motivate themselves because that's where they've been triggered for years. That's another way where the old depression starts setting as well. And there needs to be something for fighters. There needs to be some sort of thing for them that when they finish their careers, whether it be fighters, sports stars, a place, a union where they can go to and they can talk about these things. Mental health is a very serious matter. And there are probably friends that you're close to, you don't even know how much they're suffering. But people only know how much you care when you actually show it. So take a time out, take a look around and see the people around you. And the next time when you see something that's not right in the gut and you see it, step in. Not just allow it to happen. Stop it. You know what I mean? Just stop it. There's no need. So I'm gonna have a look. And oh, by the way, if people want to ask any more questions regarding mental health, and how I overcame it and how I battle it and how I've dealt with it, I'm more than happy to talk about that as well. All right, let's see what people are saying. Nice new setup from Dono. Ingram's curtains and boxing gossips wallpaper, the greatest of all time. Yeah. What happened to boxing gossips? Channel Mikey. He's on a break, I think. Listen. Let me tell you something now. You need to take a break from this. You do. It's mentally taxing. You think about all the fights you've got to get through. You think about all the editing you've got to do, all the shows you've got to do, all the nonsense you've got to deal with, all the troll comments you've got to deal with. Boxing fans can be are the most ungrateful fans in the world. Ungrateful, straight up. I was reading the other day, sex addiction is a mental health issue. I'm definitely a sufferer. Jokes aside, big respect about talking about this. Yeah, I love my sex too, brother. Notice you said that you want to talk to the big names, mate. Did you know about Chris Mason's domestic and common assault before you got him on the channel? Yes, I did know about it. Always check on people and ask how they are. Sometimes it's those who seem to be the happiest who are dying on the inside and screaming out for the most help, helping others, trying to feel the pain of theirs. Absolutely true. Slicks, me and you have bumped heads a few times about a few things, but I've got to say, man, out of the YouTube community, despite us bumping heads on a number of occasions, I've got to tell you, man, I've got much respect for you because you're one of the few people that will come back and say to me, you know what, this is going on, that's going on, this is being said, and enough kudos to you for that, bro. Much kudos to you. It's a shame it's got to be like that. If I don't like a channel, I just don't watch it. What YouTuber was that? there's, there's so many. There was a girl that used to be on YouTube. Beautiful girl. She used to sit on her bed and she used to talk boxing, and she knew her boxing. She wasn't. She was a good-looking girl, but she knew her boxing. She could tell you fighters. She could tell you. She didn't need to go to box. She could tell you the fighters top of her head, and she could tell you breakdowns, proper breakdowns. And I tell you now, she's better. She was better than any. I challenge any of the women today that are doing boxing and social media today. Any of them, much better. Can't remember what the girl's name was. And we were real good together. We were good friends. And she was awesome, absolutely awesome. I tell you, another girl was really good, Jenna J. I don't know if she still does it, and she interviewed all the top fighters. Jenna J. Never got the shine I thought she deserved. She took to man. Every week she had a show ready. On the ropes, I think it was. On the ropes, Jenna J. And I know, Jenna J. If you're still around today, much love to you, girl. You were the shit. Pardon my French, but you were the shit. Jenna J's one. And of course, there are people around to the Gay Falkenthal. Of course, shout out to Gail for what she does. And obviously Jill Diamond, people involved in boxing, Amy Green, people who involved Emily Pandalakis. What's her name? Raging Babe, who actually was on our channel once upon a time. We did an interview with her. So, Kathy Duver, Mazzone, what's her name? I think it's Julia for Mazzone for main events. So there's a lot of women in boxing that but what it is that this when somebody is just so talented like this girl was so talented, and I'm sure the old schoolers would have known her, was so talented, but ultimately the trolls got to her. Why do you want the better quality stuff, the better quality, not the people that are just running a YouTube channel to spread propaganda, to spread lies, not prepared to find out the truth? I mean, listen, I got slammed a long time ago with the whole gossip thing. Let me tell you something about that story. That could have made me cave in, but I knew it was a bunch of trolls that did it. I knew there was a bunch of trolls because I was flying high and they didn't like it. But you know what? I came back even bigger and even better. And they ain't stopping us. There was no way they were going to stop us, right? And the whole idea, I was chasing a story. And hey, the whole idea was to try and find out the truth. I got dope once, and that was because I was too trusting. Now, all I guess we do certain research for. And that was when it was Bayloric TV. So BWTM Sports since has moved to another level. And again, we're going to move to another level yet again. So, it happens. Trolls who pick holes in others are always upset with their own lives and feel the need to take out their angles on others. No name, no picture, no subscribers. They feed off their energy. Look, at the end of the day, the best way to deal with people who say negative things about you, silence. They don't deserve your you to even speak to them. You just respond with them with success. I do what I do. How to deal with a troll? Go meet him in a pub for a fight. Okay, fair enough. Let's move on. Bro, your robot doesn't like me. Well, your robot doesn't like caps locks. He thinks it's shouting. DJ6, big up Michael and Mikey. And of course, the main man, Miss Jones, is always sharing the love. Let me tell you something. You three. Well, not so much Mikey. No disrespect to you, Mikey. But Michael and Slicks. Because I know that you two guys have been there, the old football manager nights. Well, we've been there. We started at 9 o'clock at night and we've been going till 6 o'clock in the morning. Man, listen, there's a lot of love here. You two guys, I need to buy you drinks. Honestly. Big up Slick. Seeing you're a fan of Anita. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't get myself involved with certain stuff. Low level stuff I don't get with, so I just keep focusing high. I focus on high. Let's see here. I think fanboyism is a major factor for online trolls. As soon as you critique their favorite fighter, you're public enemy number one for the meantime. Couldn't care. Sometimes drug cheating is straightforward, like Alvarez. Trolls always seem on someone's payroll. Abusive trainer, that's not morale building. It is what it is. Trolls in the boxing community are definitely some of the worst kind of trolls. Um, this is why channel's the best. I won't say we're the best. We don't aim to be the best. We just aim to give you the truth and just talk about things that people won't tackle. And that's what needs to be happening. Um, Gotta have thick skin during this boxing community or you won't last. Well, listen to me. There are people that I know that openly criticize me, but they've never done an interview. They keep the community just to themselves. And the thing is, they keep their clique. It's fine. And good luck to them. But almost 10 years solid, baby. 10 years solid. Talking to some of the best fighters in the world. When you can sit down and have Evander Holyfield live on your channel, live, so boxing fans can listen in and talk to the champ. That was a special moment, real special moment, because it's always been about the people. It's always been about the boxing fans, all the fans, all the supporters of the channel. It's always been about that. We've never put ourselves above the supporters. We've never put ourselves above the. It's always been about that. It started helping young people in the community since before 2009. 2009, we started helping people in the community doing sports, and it evolved from that to being a TV station. So let's be honest, it's always been about the people. 2009, 2019, that'll be 10 years, people. 10 years. God damn it. So as soon as you admit a weakness in sport, especially in boxing, it's game over. Not really. Not really. I don't think so. Do you think pills are the answer to mental health, Ingram? Absolutely not. If you want my honest opinion, I think that mental health is a spiritual thing, but being treated to in a physical situation, I think it's a spiritual matter. Because what is depression? Okay, what's the opposite of depression? Would it be happiness? Elated is joy, and then you've got depression as a dark and a light. You have to control that, but that's from within. That light has to be from within you. So how do you create that light from within? It's all the messages going into your head. What's going on inside the head? The conversations, the chatter that's going inside the head. If the chatter inside your head is pure rubbish that's going inside your head, and it's almost like if you go imagine yourself in a gym and you're working out and you're pushing weights all the time, and that weight, all the time you're pushing that weight, is a weight of hate in that weight. You're strengthening the depression by constantly feeding it with garbage, rubbish, hate all the time. You keep doing that. That's what's going to happen. So your environment, the people that you're around, the conversations that you have, whether that be family, whether it be friends, people that they say to you, your mother and father are always right. No, they're not. Parents are. So you need to understand some of the stuff that people say negative. Get away from it. Don't listen to it. Start moving out. Move with a different section of people. That's got to start with you loving yourself and saying, you know what, I'm better than this. I don't accept this. I'm not accepting this. This is not acceptable. Not do it. So for me, pills was not the answer. For me, it was about reprogramming my mind. CBT. I can't remember how they pronounce it, but basically, it's the reprogram of the mind. I was fortunate because I understood the NLP process because when I was younger, I did a lot of NLP programming training. So it's reprogramming the mind to send positive messages to the mind. CBT, look into it if you're suffering from depression. CBT, reprogramming the mind, sending positive messages to the mind. There's a program, something I did when I was younger, and I probably will go and do it soon. Oh, you get a piece of paper and a pen. Make sure you got nobody to distract you. Switch your mobile phone off. Okay? You put yourself in a room. You get 3 pieces of paper. You start with all the things you hate. Put it down. Nobody else reads it. All the things you hate. Write all the things you hate down. Could take a while. Then, with that, get the piece of paper, and burn it. Then I want you to come back, write all the things that you like. And I want you to write all the things that you love. And the things you like and the things that you love, embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace it. Find something you're passionate and you love and do it. So burn those things that you hate and embrace those things that you love. So that's a start of you reprogramming the mind. Do you have a green screen? Let's see. Do I have a green screen? Not at this minute in time, I don't. Hey Ingram, how are you? And what's your favorite Adam Smith lines? Mouth watering. Well, every of it. Mouth watering would be probably that, or classy operator, or maybe what else? Um, can he come back from that defeat? It's the end of the road. One more defeat, and I'm not sure if he'll come back from that. Oh, good right hand. So I love Adam Smith. I love him. Pills help many more, but not the answer for many. In fact, pills can do more harm than good. Of course they can, because ultimately you're not dealing with the problem, you're just covering it up. Low place, no, he's in a boxing ring and there's an audience behind him watching. Sorry, you're gonna have to forgive me a second because my mouse is going out of control. Farms, not farms. Yes, agree. Callum, it could be a picture. I'm not sure. Girl knows boxing. Yeah, she's fantastic. This girl was amazing. She always used to wear a white crop top, and her background was always very white, very bright. Can't remember what the girl's name is now, but she was so good. Oh my good lord, she was so good. Hello, Mike. How do you know about Anita? Seeing her comments on the ropes. That channel got no new content. Yeah, on the ropes. That was a long time ago. Remember, on the ropes were regularly interviewing people like Freddie Roach and Emmanuel Stewart. Brilliant. Her content was amazing. I don't like Raging Babe. The other day, she was criticized the fighter for passing out trying to make weight. Understandable. To be honest, I think the Gospic situation made you stronger, bro. It was either the breaking or the making of you. It definitely pushed you on further and gave you the extra push you may have needed. Of course, they picked the wrong one, baby. They picked the wrong one when they did that, because when they did that, it just made me go to another level, and they ain't seen nothing yet. Trust me. Weight cutting is crazy. That's itself. No, I haven't talked about, not really talking about Lennox Lewis or any boxing as such. I'm really will talk about mental health. Jane Couch knew her stuff too. Yeah, was that girl called something like Jessie Jackalope? Yes, that's the girl. That's the girl, Jessie Jackalope. That's her. She was amazing. She knew her stuff. She had a really good set. She knew her stuff. She was so good. But here's another one: the Big Ragu. Does anyone know where Big Ragu is? Julian from the Distance. What happened to him? He was brilliant. The original mob of Guard Your Grill Boxing. They were amazing. 4 dudes from America that would meet up and they'd sit on the couch and they'd talk boxing, right? And they would actually rip it out of one another, and they'd be amazing. They'd talk about boxing, they'd talk about girls. Guard Your Grill Boxing. Go back to the stuff they did in the early 2000s. Guard Your Grill Boxing. Absolutely amazing. I just tuned in to watch them guys. And that's the sort of style that I would have for the future. Guard Your Grill Boxing. Great people. Great people. So yeah, go back to the mental health. I just think that it's a topic that's not talked about. And it's all well and good getting thousands of views. And that's great. But, got to talk about the views here. This is funny. Let me tell you the truth about YouTube today. You've really got to hear this, right? And DJ Slick, I want you to hear this because you really got to hear this. This will make you laugh. Okay, now, the review is right that YouTube now. This is the rule for you to have a YouTube channel to be monetized. Basically, have ads on your channel. You have to have 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 hours, 4,000 minutes. I think 4,000 minutes or 4,000 hours. It could be 4,000 hours, you know. I think 4,000 hours. You need to have people have watched your channel before they allow you to be monetized. So Anybody who says that they're doing their channel and their channel is for non-profit, that's fine. Why wouldn't you monetize your channel? Because you can't. You can't monetize your channel because you haven't got the views, or you haven't got the subscription. That's what it is, plain and simple. Because it's like saying no to free money. Why would you say no to free money? Who says no to free money? Really? So if you can monetize your channel, you damn well would monetize your channel. So this stuff about people talk about non-profit. Well, not for profit. Well, fair enough. You don't have to do it for profit because it is what it is. So your 4,000 hours for your YouTube channel, then you get 1,000 subscribers. Once you've got those two things, then you have to wait at least 6 months. 6 months potentially before they actually say to you, yeah, we've looked at your stuff and yeah, we think we'll monetize you. Wow. That's harsh. That is harsh. And even then, I'll keep my mouth shut. But anyway, the channel is fortunate. We've got our own partnership, and we're thankful to our partners for looking after the channel and giving us some real good stuff. So it is what it is. That is what that is the truth. That's why channels are the way that they are. So it is what it is. That is what a channel is about. That's it. There's no names in particular, but I know that channels do. People will monetize their channel if they've got the opportunity of options there, and you can buy subscribers and you can buy views. So, and let me explain to you that YouTube is very much manipulated. Today's market of YouTube is very much manipulated because they can now prevent your videos from being watched. They can unsubscribe viewers from your channel. All these things can happen now on YouTube. It's a very unstable platform now. I'm telling you, the people don't listen. And I think I've been calling this for a long time. So, I'm not going to knock YouTube because it is a platform. It's a very powerful platform. But where do you buy subs from and how much? Where do I buy subs from? I don't buy subs. Clearly, I don't buy subs. But think, look, I'll give you stats for us at the moment. I'm just being real, being honest. I think now, last week we've had 583 subscribers in the last week, and our average, we're getting about 250 a week on average for subscribers. No, not you. Theirs. I mean, where would they buy them? God knows, but you can buy them. You can buy subscription. You can buy subscribers, and yeah, you can do it. You can buy views as well. So, but that, because the thing is, you can get caught with that as well. See, you can get caught with that stuff. So you have to be very, very careful who you're buying the subs from, and because if YouTube find out your subs are then you get in serious trouble and you get your channel shut down. You get more subscribers because of World Cup videos. No, not really, not really. Remember, BWTM Sports Baylor TV boxing channel was shut down because it was only boxing. This allows us to cover many different sports. But if you bear in mind, check this out. So I don't know how many people on YouTube that you know, I'm not blowing my own trumpet, that film, edit, live stream, live shows, commentary, gaming channel, news, current affairs, music, entertainment, health and lifestyle. Who does that shit? All those things. And I've spread myself too thin. But we're in a position now where eventually we'll have other people. So it's just not about it's not just about boxing for me. It never has been about boxing for me. But now we are in a position, as you'll see soon, how this vision all comes together. Ingram, I was part of another community. YouTube had enough of certain members and the whole community suffered accounts and 200 subs all the way up to 1.5 million subs got back. Dang. Wow, that's harsh. Wow, my friend, I don't know what to say to you there. Um, Yo, Ingram, how can it be a non-profit channel if you're flogging your t-shirts all the time and you washed up cars bouncing up and down on your bed in ski goggles? No, no, I don't know who you're alluding to, but I don't know, and not my business. Not my business. Not my business. Um, but it was funny. It is funny how this world works. That people approach you and they dangle carrots in front of you and say to you, "Oh, you know what? We can get you on Sky. We can get you on Sky Channel." Yeah, sort of conversations that happen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And and you say to yourself, "Okay, gonna keep working, keep plugging away, plugging away, plugging away, and building and building and building and building." And I hope it inspires others to start their own channels. And I'm more than happy to help other people out. What's up Monday evening? Rest of this month has awesome boxing show. Yep, I agree. So she's active. Only tweeted the other day. Yep. Well, we're gonna have to get her on the channel then because I know that she did take a time out from boxing. So I will be introducing a new female in boxing. Her name is Beverly. I think some of you would have seen her from the other channel, Beverly Rose. I think I'm Beverly Rose. Beverly. So Beverly will be on the channel soon. So we're looking forward to bringing another female onto the channel. I love having females on the channel. I think it just mixes up the energy. It's all good. Flashy Faz, yeah, Flashy's good. So her name's Beverly. She'll be on the channel soon. Oh, by the way, got a shout out for Mr. Miles Corbett. Mr. Corbett, he's given me the direct line for. Let me key this guy's name again. You got to get this guy's name again. Oh, here we go. Beverly's just responded. She says, "I will be available from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Times or 2 p.m. from there on." So we'll have Beverly on today. Yes, we'll have Beverly. So we have a live show with Beverly from her channel. So we'll be talking to her later. King of Mr. Crossover. So we'll be doing another crossover for you. We'll be having Rick Ramos on the channel as well. We'll be bringing Rick Glazer back. Everybody loves a bit of Rick Glazer. Let's see. Now, if I go back, yeah, so we've got Beverly coming into the channel, but this gentleman, I wonder how many people know this gentleman. If I mention his name, maybe you'll know who he is. Anybody know the guy Razavan Koljanu? Is he any good? Is he a good fighter? Anybody tell me how good Razavan Koljanu is? Can somebody tell me how good he is? Yeah, we'll have Chris Mason back on the show as well. Anyone know how good? I think I want to do I think I might do a Royal Rumble special. Got dominated on points. LOL. He fought Parker, right? Okay, great. Oh yeah, we had Joseph Parker live on the channel as well. That was something, wasn't it? That was good. He fought Parker. Oh yeah, he was Parker's sparring partner. Then fought him. Okay, cool. So we'll have a conversation with him as well. We have some boxing announcements. We're still waiting for that boxing announcement to come for the channel. Very quickly, I want to make a very quick comment. Con Janu. He's a big guy from Romania. Would love to see more Dennis Hobson, mate. Okay, I'm sure you would. Con Janu is quite a character. What's going on, everyone? Not sure. You tell me. So, let's see. Yeah, I want to have a very quick thing about Liam Cameron. Don't know how much I can say. I have spoken to Liam today. He seemed in good spirits. It was him who basically went to the paper about the story. And that's as much as I can say to you. So, yeah. You're going to do some football previews for the new season? Yeah, I'm going to have to. Bright Jennings is the best guest. You know, Bright was in London the other day. He was with in Don Charles Gym working with Derek Chisora, but I just didn't get a chance to get across to him. How crazy is the UK right now for the World Cup? My wife is going on Friday. Oh wow, yeah. The other thing, I've got American company for the next 2 weeks, so I think I won't be around as much. I'm going to try and be as much as possible around. The World Cup is it falls on my birthday, so yeah, because all crazy times, and also the channel's going to launch around that time as well. So it's all crazy happening at the moment for the channel. All sorts of things are happening. Yeah, so Parker's going to be David Hayes' gym. I don't think that makes a damn difference. What the hell is David Hayes going to teach? Um, uh, um, well, you could. David Hayes never fought Dillian White, did he? Great. Good evening, Richard Williams. So yeah, um, it's quiet in Scotland. Hope everyone is drunk. Even the Queen has been spotted with gin for brekkie. And while the government falls apart, Hatman is always picking you up in his videos lately. Says you're one of his favorites. Can't you invite him on over to be a regular guest on the show? Listen, Hatman, I love that brother. Right? Let me understand. Let me explain something to you about Hatman TV. I was in London. I tried to reach out to Hatman. No Hatman. I was in Grenada. We tried to do a crossover. It never happened. Went to Ireland. It never happened. I'm now living by the sea. It still ain't happened. But you know what? That is one brother on YouTube I've got the maximum amount of love for. I love Hatman. I love Hatman. He just tells it like it is. He's funny. I do love him. I do love him. Hope you can get Amen Mansell back on the channel. That was one of his greatest of all time. Bum Trooper, then 48-year-old Ortiz. Well, there you go. Boxing with Ade. A shout out to my man Ade. I love Ade. They were doing some great. That's another channel, Box Talk. They were doing some great stuff. I thought very, very undervalued. Great stuff with Ade. Parker Joyce sparring would be nice to watch. Hatman is awesome. Get Dwyer. Dwyer's another one of them. Listen, watch this. I went to Dwyer to get an interview with Dwyer, right? This is a true story. Went to do an interview to try Dwyer. He said to me, thanks a lot, man, but, I really don't do interviews. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll accept that. I'll take that. No problems. Then about a month later, I see him doing a crossover show with somebody doing an interview. I didn't realize at the time that Dwyer, from what I understand, that could be true, that he was actually the either solicitor or the lawyer or somebody connected to Andre Ward when he was having that case. That case that went on for years with the Goosens. I think he was the guy that was part of that. Or he's connected somewhere or the other. Good old Dwyer. Nice shirt, Ingram. Pardon my American ignorance, not knowing if those colours are associated with a particular team. As a matter of fact, my wife's American. 1, 2. Shout out to Cody Bailey. He was over here. We brought him down to. He's just from the military, so he's over, and he's part of the family. So I showed him down by the seafront, down in Sussex, and he loved it. And that was just after England beat Sweden. So yeah. So don't worry. BWTM is more American than you think. Thoughts on PSB Sports? Well, before this PSB Sports, there was Pav. Pav was on our channel. So, I remember when people said Pav really lacked confidence. And he was on our channel, and we talked a lot to Pav. So a lot of the movers and shakers today within boxing, you think about them. Pav, PSB Sports, they're doing a great job. Let them get on with it. Fantastic, great stuff for them. Adam Noble Forsey, part of Fight Talk. Remember, Adam Noble Forsey had the Forsey show back in the day. And that was when they had the Forsey show. Think about who was on the Forsey show at the time. We had Adam Noble Forsey. We had Dave Allen, regular, nearly every week. Eddie Chambers, Peter Fury, Julius Jackson, all on one show, all on one night. Ain't that a room of awesomeness? Man, that was all good. So yeah, so big up to all them people doing their stuff. The more people do work, better. That's what I think. Dwyer is so funny. Yeah, Dwyer is funny. But just in case you missed it earlier, hey mate, always good to see you in the chat. Big fan of Fight Talk. I like Boxing Squared. When I listen to Boxing Squared, I always feel like I'm I'm entering a different zone when I listen to Boxing Squared. Like I said, do do do, like Twilight Zone, do 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 do, and his accent is like, you're listening to Boxing Squared. Something interesting is happening in the boxing world, and you're like, really? What is it? Tell me. And the way he says it, he's got such a he should do voiceovers, because he's just, if he hasn't done voiceovers already, mate, you should be doing voiceovers. I just love the way he goes about his business, the way he narrates. He's brilliant. He's got a bit of Ian Dark about him in his own sort of way. Ian Dark's interview reminds me, I've got to get. Oh, by the way, I've got to say this: lions in the camp, lions in the camp. I just had to say that. So anyway, moving on. Nothing to do with Boxing Squared. That was Tunde Ajayi, who's so funny, and definitely want to be spend more time with Tunde Ajayi and Anthony Yarde. Definitely will spend more time with them. Spend some time with what's the guy, the heavyweight up in Scotland, with Billy Nelson. I think they're a great pair as well. So some real new faces coming aboard on BWTM Sports. Start getting into basketball, start getting into football, getting some football agents on the channel, branching out. You know what I mean? Julian Jackson, pal. Yeah, remember we had Julian Jackson on the channel? Do you remember when we had Evander Holyfield on the channel? I thought that was one of the best nights BWTM has ever had in the history of BWTM, in the whole history of Bayloric TV on BWTM. That was one of the greatest nights. Evander Holyfield live on the channel. That was amazing. Even though he was driving through tunnels and everything, it was absolutely amazing. I thought that was just like, that's like gold. Like, to have Evander Holyfield on the channel is amazing. Yeah, real good. And then we've got some other guys coming down. Rick Glazer. I'm going to try and get Rick Glazer back on the channel. Do you remember the journey we had? I know you're all a lot of you are upset with me still about it. When we had, that channel. If you go back, and Evander Holyfield actually said, when I asked him about Tyson Fury, I'm going to go back and tag that video because you should get way more views for it. He actually said he doesn't think that Tyson Fury actually will become world champion again. He says, once you've been to the mountain once, it's very difficult to get back to the mountain again. And he just doesn't think Tyson's going to get there. So an interesting thing for Evander. Let's see what happens there. So that was a really good evening. Really, I'm talking like this is the end of the world here, isn't I? But yeah, it was a really good evening. Really, really good evening. And we'll have a good evening tonight. Well, as soon as I get Beverly on, it'd be great to have Beverly talking. Who else? The Bermain Stavern story. Oh my good lord. We had 2 years covering that story before Bermain Stavern fought Deontay Wilder. Do you remember that? Do you remember all of that stuff? We built that up and built that up. We were the only channel that was building that Stavern story. I mean, it was emotional. Hey, Alexander Usyk on his journey to becoming world cruiserweight champion. We built that up for you as well. You know? Yeah. Keith Thurman on his way to becoming one of the best champions, for welterweight. Man. So we've built up a few. Terence Crawford, when nobody cared about Terence Crawford. Isn't that great? Tyson Fury, when Tyson Fury was punching himself in the face, nobody cared and didn't care about Tyson. And then look, right away to world glory. He should know, Evander. He tried to reclimb the mountain about 50 times. Yeah, he should know. I haven't really checked out O'Hara Davis's channel, but from what I've seen of it, the stuff he's talking about, what I've heard, it's good stuff. It's good to see. I think more boxers need to take a hold of YouTube. But haven't I been saying this, preaching this for years, that boxers need to take a hold of their channels? And remember, Ingram, you broke the news. Stavern would fight Brazil before anybody. Yep. Once a champion, it's definitely almost impossible. There's another fight I'm trying to break news on, but I can't break the news on it because I'm still waiting to hear back from the source that the contract's been signed. So as soon as that source is confirmed, we'll know there's a big fight and we'll be a part of that. The last guy who still likes and hasn't given up on Keith Thurman. I have. Finkley. Rick Glazer was very informative. Always good to have him. Yep, we'll be having Rick Glazer. We've got Rick on tap. Anytime we need Rick now, we got him on tap. Salute Hop. Evander on the channel was good, but if you want real gold, you have to search the archives of Ingram slobbering and fall asleep live on camera. That's the real shit. I really enjoy, to me, this is what it's about. The interviews are great, but it's the off-script stuff The off-script stuff is what is comedy gold. Yeah, falling asleep on those FM 18 nights, 17 nights. Those have been good nights, really good nights. Do you know? Sometimes I wonder because YouTube lies so much. Let me tell you another thing. How YouTube lie? Yeah, you're sitting here now, you're watching, you'll look across, and you'll see 21 people watching. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. And I'll tell you why it's a lie. Because I'll finish this show, and I can tell you now, we'll probably get about 150 views. Well, hold on, only 90 people are watching. So how can you get 150 views? That's 150 views once the show has ended. How did you get 150 views? That don't make sense. But you only had 90 people watching. So, thoughts on no gun control in the UK? It will make a difference if I said yay or nay. Don't know. I'm just excited at the fact that the country is in complete meltdown and there's a possibility of another general election and a possibility of another prime minister. I'm excited about that. I'd love to cover the story on it, but it's too much to cover. It's just too much to cover at the moment. So yeah. Right. That's how while I'm here, I'm gonna go back to the mental health thing because I think it's still something very serious while I'm laughing and joking and thing. How would you think would be best to combat trolls in the YouTube community? So I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Yeah. How do you think? And you tell us as we're about to make that move from the YouTube channel to being the online TV station. Tell us what's been your favorite Bayloric moments? What's been your darkest Bayloric moments? What's been your most angriest moment on the channel? What's been we're mental health here? What's been a subject that's got you really angry? Something I've said that said, damn it, I didn't agree with you there. What's been a moment where I've said something and you've gone, nah, it's rubbish, and then you've gone out and found out afterwards it's true? Or what's been the biggest revelation that's been on the channel? Tell me your moments on the channel. It'd be good to hear your thoughts on it while I continue to talk about this mental health thing. So let's see, 6 o'clock, 6:30 time. Let's see if I can get Beverly in the room. Talk to them, and if they're not saying anything important, block them. Box Watch TV, BWTM. What's good, bro? I'm good. If YouTube had a mute button, that would be perfect. If I use it on Twitter, I mute them so they actually think I can see their hateful messages, but actually they're muted, so I don't see a thing. That's quite true. But I just out and out block people. I just block them. And do you know why I block them? Because two things: I don't want to listen to what they've got to say because I've got no interest in listening to what they've got to say. And the second reason is because I don't want to pop up my timeline, so I just block them. Not mute them, I block them. That's it. I just block them. I don't want to hear what they've got to say. I'm not interested in what they've got to say. Not my vibe, not my thing, and it's it. Nobody can turn around and say to me that I treated them badly or I was bad to them or I was disrespectful. Nobody can say that to me because I've never done that. I've treated everyone with the utmost respect, even if they haven't treated me with the utmost respect. I value everyone that's in my space. You know what I mean? And even if they haven't done that same thing, I've been professional with everybody. Even if they themselves have not been professional, not my problem, because karma is a wonderful thing if you've done nothing wrong. Okay. Goes. Trolls start trying to be tolerant, but if they are pushing it, warn them. Then, if they persist and lack respect, drop them. Nah, I don't tolerate abuse. That's like the logic to that is if you let. Now, bear in mind, I've been on here almost 10 years now, right? Only people like probably 78 Sports TV, Blood Boxing, and I'm talking about live now. I'm not talking about just going around doing interviews with people. I'm talking about live, sitting in a room, talking face to face to boxing fans, live. You know what I mean? Or doing shows, talking to people, not just filming interviews, actually having an opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's almost 10 years, so I can't take that approach, my friend. As much as that may sound appropriate for you, and I don't know if you have a YouTube channel or not. If you do, I fully respect what you're doing and how you're going about it. But to me, it's like you saying, well, you know what? Let them slap you once, and let them slap you again. But if they slap you a third time, then do something like, nah. You come in the room, you're disrespectful. It's like a man coming in your house and disrespecting you. You don't say, all right, yeah, okay. You walk straight into my house and you go into my kitchen and you take out my food that's for my kids and you start eating it out. And then you go in the bedroom and you want to try and sleep with my wife. Then the next minute you want to start put your foot up on my couch and start smoking weed in the house. So, why, that's all abusive, and so I should tolerate that? No, it's not on. So I see this as a household. People coming into your house, and remember, if you're allowing trolls to be in a household, you're also affecting other people in the community as well. So it's not on, not on. So I'm pretty protective of the community. I don't agree with you about boxing. I usually don't agree with you about boxing. I usually don't agree with you about boxing, and you take it too personally. LOL. If you don't agree with me about boxing, if you don't agree with me about anything, listen. Listen, I sit in a room with somebody who I don't agree with all the time. Why are you still here? Because I can assure you, if you had a YouTube channel and I didn't agree with your views, I can guarantee you I would go and I would not be seeing you again. That's the same thing to do. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. So my advice to you, Aziz, is that if you don't like my opinions and you don't like what I have to say, take yourself to another channel where you can sit down and agree with everything a person says. Now, you might not agree with some of the things I'm saying, but when it comes to breaking news and getting the guests on the channel and getting them live and that breaking news story, you don't have to agree with what I'm doing, but you got to respect it. Yes, bro. Not seeing you in a while. Good. Um, um, Up to YouTube to take more ideas to combat trolls. They don't seem to care. Yeah, I think YouTube are the ultimate. I'll make it straight. I hope they hear me. YouTube, you are the ultimate troller. The ultimate. Ultimate. And do you know why I say that? It's because you allow trolls to get away with murder. You absolutely do. You'll report, the person gets reported. What you need to do, YouTube, is get their IP address, who all these people troll, and send it directly to the police. That's what I would do. Let's soon stop it. Ingram's never been too sensitive with me. Give it time. I rate your dog bait interview. Great work. I, I don't see the dog bait interview as an interview because I've been talking to Dogba for years. See, I was talking to Dogba before he became a world champion. You see, all these people jump on bandwagons after a guy becomes a world champion. It's nice to follow a guy before he's world champion, right? And we had him on. I tell you when we had him on the channel, when we had AJ Carter on the channel. Okay, we had Dogba there, and that's when we first introduced Dogba them, and it was him and his dad. It was funny, and I see these people as family. I don't see them as interviews. I see them as family. So I'm sitting down and have a chat with them, and I might say to Doug, "Well, you know what? Hey, you know what? I've got a family gathering soon. Come and have a meal with us." Same with Peter Fury. I see him as family. I don't see him as an interview. I know you've got to be professional, but I just don't see it that way. That's not my. It makes it difficult when you have to ask the hard questions. But it's even better because then the person knows that you're not trying to pull a fast one on them. But thank you so much for rating the Dogber interview. I appreciate it. And that was the first in the UK, by the way. I've disagreed with many on the white YouTube. Only 2 channels have ever blocked me. LOL. Okay. Uh, that's cool, Ingram. Whatever works best. Well, listen. Um, Talking about boxing is not about agreeing. So you just come on a channel to disagree for disagreeing sake. Hey, Yeah, you're entitled to your own opinion, but I don't agree with it. People should be civil and respectful at all times. It isn't hard, really. Just ask yourself if Jesus would be proud of or ashamed of your behavior before speaking. You can't go wrong. I think Jesus would probably be my number one fan. I just speak the truth. I just tell it like it is, without being disrespectful. That is, you can tell the truth without being disrespectful and swearing and being unprofessional. You can still tell the truth that way. We're all different. Ronald Finkley, I'm from the UK, but find American channels the best for chatting to boxing fans. A lot of UK channels are sleep, are sheep. Well, because a lot of those channels are controlled by promoters. Salute box watch. I If I agree with someone at all times, what's the point of even discussing anything? No, but you said you disagree with most or all of my top things on boxing. You didn't say sometimes I disagree with you. You say most times you disagree with me. Just because I think you like to come on the channel and disagree. Now, the other thing I don't understand. Here's something I don't understand. There's no part arguing with you. We have fun too, says Ronald. Poor AJ Carter. Yeah. Well, okay, let's put it this way. Now, you explain something to me. If you don't like something, why you take the time to go out there and dislike a video? I don't understand it. Right? Every time that person hits a dislike on the video, right? Do you know what it does for me? It makes you think, we're gonna work harder. We're gonna work harder. We're gonna try harder. We're gonna keep doing. That's what it is for me. It's not, it's not about it. Like I'm gonna start showing the likes versus dislikes. You'll have 35 likes on a video and one dislike. And you'll have 35 likes on another video and one dislike. So it's the same person doing disliking all the time. And you know exactly where the person is, and you almost know who the person is. I've never disliked any of your videos. Can you prove that? Can you prove that? Can you prove that? I don't care if you dislike a video or not, to be honest. I don't. I just don't understand it. It's the insanity. I don't understand it. I never dislike people that much, BWTM, and you're correct. They should just move on. Yeah, but then some of these people there's generally some sick people in the world, really sick and twisted. And there's some people in the world that think they've done things and they think they're going to get away with it. They won't get away with it. You see, when you treat good people bad, it comes back to you. It all comes back. It all comes back. Bayloric, you and other YouTube provide a different viewpoint to the mainstream media. Keep making more videos. Ah, I don't know how much more of this keep making videos I'll be doing, brother. I'd like to take in some areas, maybe take more of a back seat and bring some fresh blood to the channel. Got some ideas we're still working on, so we'll be open for business soon. But yeah. So okay, let me see. In terms of products, we were having a discussion the other day, Team BWTM, and t-shirts. I don't know about t-shirts. I think it's I don't know. We're thinking something a little different than t-shirts. Something a little different. I don't know yet. Got a few ideas, but we want to be able to give our supporters something a little special. Now, let me ask you, what would you like to see from your sports channel? I do look at the idea of more connection with boxing between UK and US. Hey, well, king of crossovers. You name me another channel, and again, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to blow an ego. I'm just showing you work ethic. How many boxing channels or sports channels do you know that do crossovers? Name them. Name them. Go name across who does crossovers. How many crossovers? I mean, regularly. The other day we had the Beeb on the channel. We need to get him back again. He was great, the Beeb. I like the Beeb. He was cool. And who would you like to see more on the channel again? Need to get Chris Mason back on the channel as well, like ASAP. Oh man, Jessie, my girl. Yep, just reached out to Jesse. I've spoken to her years. Uh, I think you're just on right now. Ingram, you have 4.9 subscribers after 8 years. Your channel isn't doing very well, mate. James, you're talking out of your side. We have 5,000 subscribers on one channel. And by the way, the views that you see there are not actually the views of the subscribers. I know how many subscribers we've got, and we've got 8,500 the other channel. This was a new channel that was opened. It wasn't open 8 years ago. This channel was open, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. James. Um, but here we go. I know James is one of our trolls anyway. But let me say this to you, James. I think when your channel is mentioned in every national newspaper and international newspaper around the world, I think that's, to me, that's what matters. When you know that people are watching your stuff and prepared to translate your videos into different languages, to me, that's success. You can have 100,000 subscribers, but they can be bought. So I'm not so bothered about your views on whether you think I am a successful or not, mate. To be honest with you, I couldn't give a damn whether I had 100 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. It's nice, it looks great, but as you know, we know subscribers can be bought, and this channel is the secondary channel. The primary channel is BWTM. Have you ever reaching out to Juggernaut for an interview? Yes, I have, and I know people that are close to him. So, yep, possible that happen in the future. I really enjoy the Stavern and Sanchez interviews. Rod Rook Davis, hope you're doing. How you doing, my friend? Good. So yeah, see, it's people like this. I'll call them out as they are. James Smithson. This is what I talk about. We talked about mental health earlier. You see, now if I was somebody who wasn't mentally strong, I'd listen to someone like James Smithson, and I would say, "Oh, James, you've got a point. My channel's not doing very well. After 8 years, my channel's not doing very well. So how long, James, will you listen to the conversation first? And then secondly, I'll ask the question, James, what's the purpose of what you're saying? What do you want me to do? What are you alluding to? Are you alluding to the fact that the channel should be closed? Are you alluding to the fact, James, that you could come on and help the channel? Or are you just being the spiteful son? So what is it? You challenge these people, you see? It's all about realness, Ingram. Of course it is. Of course it is. It's of course it is. I'm not trolling you. We're not talking about you, Aziz. We just fail to understand each other sometimes. Well, maybe, Aziz. Who knows? Who knows? Some things take patience. Yeah, some things, but abuse, none of it. James, where are you, mate? Where are you? Because Brian Jennings, I want him in every video. Not gonna happen. Sorry. Here we go. Here we go. Watch it. Watch it, everybody. There we go. There we go. There he is. It's a hell for review, but now I'm going to let you see it. Everybody, check out James Smithson. Now, I'll show you what I'm going to do here now. I'm going to go to James Smithson. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go on him. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to take you through the process of how it works. I was talking about growing a channel, BWTM. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. I love Bright. He's a great man. Bright Jennings, great man. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with an online troll. What you do, first of all, you go across to their name, James Smithson, and you go across to there's some dots there, and then you go across to the channel. It goes here, and you go to channel. So you go to the channel. I wonder how many subscribers Mr. Smithson's got. Bet he's got none. Oh, surprise, surprise. He's got no subscribers and he's got no content. But then he tells me that my channel is. He says that my channel is not doing very well. Okay, so what you do, you go across and you go there and there's a little flag and you go across and just for the sake of doing it, you just hit the block user and you block them. But to make sure they're really blocked, you go across the Google page. But we're going to do that. And that's how you block a troll. So you've had a live, and you know it's a great feeling when you block a troll. It's amazing because then they come back, then they have to start the chat up again, and they've got to do it again, and you block them again. It's fun. Isn't that funny how that works? They never have any subscribers. It is, and usually, I can assure you, it's somebody who's jealous as hell. By James, I can assure you, it's somebody who's just jealous as hell, just steaming up and burning, and they just want to see you fail. Well, thanks, James. It was nice having you. But yeah, anyway, back to the point. You'd be surprised the sort of people that would try and troll your channel. Or you'd be really surprised where they're from. LOL, Real James, LOL. But that is mental strength. Troll blocking could be a new Olympic sport. It could be. It could be fun. I love him. I love him. So he'll have to now go and create another channel and come on again. So he'll pop up again. The other one was Johnny Nelson. That's another one. Johnny Nelson sometimes comes up on the channel. Not the real Johnny Nelson, somebody else who's placed to be Johnny Nelson. And then we had somebody like Johnny Nelson, Eddie Hearn, and somebody else come on the channel. They keep asking me, would you like a spot on Sky? I'm like, really? Anyone who uses the word good should be punched in the face. Oh, God. I think this is the last. I can't remember the last time I just sat down and just spoke like this so openly and so freely. I really can't remember the last time I did this, and it's not for views. It's just to talk, just to chill, because there's a lot of stress on at the moment, and it's good to talk to you guys. Now, back to business. Who wins, White or Parker? Actually, we're still waiting for Dillian White to come through. Dillian has said he wants to be on the channel, so we need to chase him up. I think, on all honesty, it looks like I'm going to have to go and meet the Brixton Bomber and have a word with him. Johnny Nelson, LMR, he was pushing for a Hey Joshua fight like he was paid for it. I don't think it was the real him though. Parker, if he fights on the inside, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Oh, we need to get. I need to get Beverly on the channel tonight, so that's gonna be quite fun. Try and get Rick Glazer back on the channel, and yeah, that's it really. Anything else you'd like me to talk about before I decide to toodaloo off? This has gone way over the time it was meant to. But yeah, I'm glad that James Smithson came in the room, so you guys out there know how to block a person on the channel. As for who was talking about, Ronald, thinking about starting your own YouTube channel. Go ahead, mate. Be patient. Best thing you can do as well is obviously go on other people's YouTube channels. Let them know that you're starting your own YouTube channel. Of course, don't troll them, but let them know you're starting your YouTube channel. And your support will come with your friends and your family. Or your friends. Sometimes your family are the worst people to ask for support because they're the first ones to kick you in your face. So, yeah, your friends, start asking for support. Beverly, scratching head. Yeah, Beverly. Some of you would know. AA know who Beverly is. She's obviously Beverly. Yeah, she talks boxing, and we're gonna have her on the channel so we can have some female energy in the room. I've got to say, I'll say it again. I'll keep on saying it. I loved my interview with Jessica McGaskill. I really did. You know, when you really want to do an interview with somebody so much and you get it, that was very rewarding. And I look forward to having Jessica back on the channel again. Would H Fury go WBC route? No, probably go IBF route if he fights Pulev. There'll be the IBF route would be #1 contender. That'd be great if he fights Pulev because I think he takes Pulev out. clean. Yeah. Anybody else got any comments to make before I end this video? So, in closing, mental health. Stop the troll. Be more compassionate about your fellow friend and not or your fellow people that are immediately in your life. It's all right saying, well, Tyson Fury has mental health issues and campaigning on Tyson Fury's behalf, but how about campaigning for those people that are nearest and dearest to you, your friends, your family, that person you haven't spoken to in a while? Find out how they're getting on. Have a word with them. Do talk to them. And finally, final note, as Jerry Springer would say, if you don't like trolls, don't troll. Thank you very much for tuning in to this mental health and sports and YouTube and everything else on BWTM Sports. I'm telling you, I'm going to miss evenings like this. I really am going to miss it. Going to miss it. I'm really going to miss you guys and girls. I'm going to miss this because I know that it's got to evolve. But yeah. All right. If you haven't already, also, let me give you this before I end. It's just a slapped up page I've put together. Really slapped up because our channel's launching soon. But people can get a little look at this channel. Look at this, and you can look at the history of. You haven't looked at it already. Have a look at this. Out. That's our blog page. Not our channel page, just a blog page. It's got all the old video blogs from years ago, so you can go and check out those videos and that. Also, check out BWTM Sports channel, BWTM Sports Group. And of course, like I said before, if you want subtitles, just go down to the bottom of the page and you'll see some lines that will tell you how to subscribe, how to see the channels in different languages. Right, I am out here. I've got a Beverly to catch. I've got a Rick Glazer to catch. I've got a Chris Mason to catch. I've got Rick Ramos to catch. Yeah, I've got a lot of people to catch up with. So I'm out of here. Take care. Much love. See you soon.